This is Golden State Warriors Today by Chat Sports. I'm Chase Senior. So much to get to on today's program, but first, we have to give a shout out to today's presenting sponsor, Aura. You can have this deal apply for you no matter where you're watching from or how you're watching. All you have to do is plug in that link down below, aura.com/chatsports, and by doing that, you get a free 14-day trial. What is Aura? The all-in-one digital safety tool. We'll tell you more about them coming up here in just a few minutes, but that link for you in the comment section as well as the description of this video. So here's what we're getting to on today's show. Golden State's Summer League roster has been announced. Some really big implications moving forward for this team. We'll talk about it. James Wiseman, Jonathan Kuminga, some of these draftees playing. And then at the end of the show, we'll take a look at some Warriors realistic free agent targets, all that coming your way. But first, we start off by taking a look at the Summer League roster for the Warriors, the defending NBA champions. How does that sound? Ryan Rollins is not going to play. He has a stress fracture in his foot, so he'll be evaluated after Summer League play wraps up. Moses Moody could play going into a big year two where his role could increase. The same can be said for Jonathan Kuminga. It's my hope that we see a lot from Patrick Baldwin Jr., the pick there at number 28 for Golden State. James Wiseman, probably the biggest name on this list, didn't play at all his second season, and after a rookie year in which he was really up and down but flashed so much potential, he could assume a larger role for the defending champions as well. Quindary Weatherspoon, Lester Quinones, and Justinian Jessup, the second-round pick from last year, also on this team. So too are Guy Santos, Siሎም Mawugbi, Peyton Willis, Jacob Gilyard, Caleb Ledoux, Alex Morales, Dustin Sleva, and Gabriel Chakashvili. So with that, let's take a look at kind of the other nuggets with the Warriors Summer League roster. So there are a couple of big wrinkles here that we have to talk about. And we start with Jonathan Kuminga. So he has international duty. So he may or may not play in some of these games, all of these games. We will see in the days that lead up to the NBA Summer League. As for James Wiseman, dealing with injury recovery, unlikely to play in any of the California Classic Summer League games, but he could play in Las Vegas. Quindary Weatherspoon, a restricted free agent. Patrick Baldwin Jr., injury recovery, might not play all of the California Classic Summer League games. And once again, we will see what happens in the Las Vegas Summer League. That's where the competition is at its best. Are you excited for the Summer League? Let me know in the comment section right now. I want to gauge where you're at. Give me a Y for yes or an N for no. I like the Summer League product because I just love basketball. Here's what I'm watching for Summer League for the Warriors. Jonathan Kuminga expected to assume a larger role going into a sophomore campaign. We saw moments of brilliance from him on both ends of the floor. This guy is an athletic juggernaut, which allows him to be an impact player on both ends. I want to see him continue to fine-tune his skill set on both ends of the floor because he can be a legitimate rotational piece for a Warriors team that is poised to go back-to-back. As for Moses Moody, love the three-point stroke. When he got burned last year, I thought that he played really well. He can shoot the ball lights out from beyond the arc. With more minutes, we'll see more of those opportunities for him. James Wiseman, it really comes down to the health. We know that this guy has stupid ability and so much potential, but can he stay healthy coming off that knee surgery, which had a lot of problems that happened after that? For Patrick Baldwin, he was asked to do so much for Milwaukee as a former five-star prospect. He didn't go to a big-name school. Instead, he played for his pops at Milwaukee, and because of that and the lack of the complementary supporting cast that was very, very weak, he was asked to do so much, but that's not going to be his role. At the NBA level, he will be a 3-and-D guy, and I want to see if he will be and how he fares in that 3-and-D role throughout Summer League. And then I just want to see some of the other improvements that the Warriors draft picks have been able to make as they've been away from the team over the last calendar year or so. Are you subscribed to Golden State Warriors Today? You should be. We're trying to get to 34K by the start of NBA free agency on Thursday. 390 people left in order to get there. And if you take a look at the videos that we've been pushing out and all of the numbers that follow, Warriors Today is on just an unbelievable tear right now, closing in on 1 million viewers over the last calendar month. So I want to show some love to those of you who are subscribed. And if you did hit that red subscribe button, I want you to type dubs in the comment section right now. As for the Warriors' free agent targets, these are guys who the Warriors could realistically bring onto this team. Now, I think that they're going to run it back with a lot of their own pending free agents, but these players would be really solid additions. We talked about Kyle Anderson the other day. My boy Harrison Graham went in length about Kyle Anderson. JaVale McGee is set to be a free agent after he spent 1 year backing up DeAndre Ayton. Obviously played for the Warriors back a couple years ago and was a very good rotational big. And then Nicolas Batum, a big guy who can shoot the rock. What all of these guys would bring, all different types of skill sets and different roles for the Warriors. For Kyle Anderson, he's a do-it-all winning player. If you want him to chuck up threes, he's not going to be comfortable in doing so. On the Warriors, he doesn't have to do it. I think his fit would be good. Would it clash a little bit with Draymond Green? Maybe. You look at his numbers from last year, 7.5 points per game, 5+ rebounds, nearly 3 assists, and he shot just less than 45% from the deck. This is a guy who always seems to be in the right place at the right time and makes championship-winning plays. As for JaVale McGee, he brings to the Bay Area familiarity because he's played with a lot of the players on this roster and much-needed front-court depth. Now, I think that JaVale McGee would make sense if Kevon Looney were to walk, but all signs point to Kevon Looney coming back and maybe getting about $10 million per year. And for Nicolas Batum, a lethal three-ball who, if he were to join the Warriors, would get so many open looks. If I had my lean right now, I think he goes back to the Clippers and not the Warriors, but that's a player I would really like, and credit to him for evolving his game over time. Our presenting sponsor for today is Aura. You get near real-time alerts on suspicious credit inquiries and suspicious online activity, and if you go to aura.com/chatsports, you can start your free 14-day trial. And what's also cool, a lot of you are family men and family women, and the comment section watching the show right now, with Aura, you can keep up to 5 of your family members safe. Just plug in that link down below. Think about it. Nowadays, we do more online than ever, and all of our information is stored online, and there are so many crafty identity hackers out there. You don't want that to happen to you. Sign up with Aura right now by using that link that's available in the comment section and the description of this video. We go back to JaVale McGee. This past year with Phoenix, he was good, and he has become an ageless wonder over time to a certain degree. 9 points per game backing up DeAndre Ayton. High-level rim-running big who could protect the rim, sky on some alley-oops on a two-man game, little less than 7 rebounds, a block per game as well. He's not going to shoot the ball from mid-range at all, but has a nice little floater game around the rim, connected on about 63% of his field goals. So as I said a little bit earlier, if you bring back McGee, I think that would signal Kevon Looney not playing or a catastrophic event transpiring with James Wiseman, where he can't play either. So if you had to pick one big to bring back to the Warriors, you go in JaVale McGee type JM, Kevon Looney type KL. As for Nicolas Batum, I really like him. He got a huge payday back several years ago, and it was at that point where there was a boom with NBA contracts, and he certainly didn't live up to those expectations. There's no doubt about that. He was overpaid for a little while, but the last couple of years, he's evolved his game to a certain degree, and he has become a very good player, quality player who has a lot of value in today's NBA. It's a guy who gives you size, length, not really speedy, but he makes up for that with him just being big, and he can stretch the floor as well, opening up some driving lanes, but also just being that reliable go-to shooter from the outside who can also camp out in the corner. 8 points per game last year with the Clips, 4 rebounds, 46% from the hardwood. The big number here for him, 40%, and with that high release, he's really hard to defend. Name a free agent you want the Warriors to sign. There are star players out there. These guys in that middle tier, you can kind of make the argument they might be slept on to a certain degree, but I'm just asking you for a name in the comment section. Give me that name, and thanks for making today's show a part of your day.